Hello and welcome everybody to today's live stream. Thank you for joining me. Apologies for being a couple minutes late. I was over on the Hoglaw YouTube channel finishing up or watching them finish up. I shouldn't say it like I was on the stream. I was over there watching them finish up their modern day telethon, raising money for Hoag's, uh, the hospitals that helped him through rehab for his stroke that he had at the end of December. And it just hit in the feels. So I needed a minute. So again, thank you for joining me here. And today, my name is TrishaLyn. You can't see me, but I can't see you either. So I think that's fair, right? So today we have the Holo Royalty collection here that my lights are just hating on because I have the bouncy lights and I was trying to readjust. Um, so we have these are the Holo Taco Royalty Collection, or the Holo Royalty Debut Trio is what these are called on their site. Links are in the description below. And we have these are the ones that the Holo Royalty, which is their rewards program, their customer appreciation program. There we go. I think that works to kind of hold them at for now. They voted on, and I am a Holo Royalty member, and I did not vote on these. I promise. I totally missed that vote, but they sure look like I did, don't they? Because they're purple. I mean, this one's pink. This one's pink. So we have I have already swatched them, and I will share more like swatched footage. That's something else. Swatched footage on in my shorts. So what we have here, let me just do let me try something out. Here I'm just going to completely block off my whole area and hold these up to the camera. Let it focus. Okay. And because there's a shadow of the camera, there we go. So this one is toe beans, which is a pink. Let me do this. See if that's you can see it better. Toe beans. It's like a pink linear hollow. Then we have Glamethyst, which is a purple with like some greens, very like hollow, reflective, scattery bits in there. A lot of different textures. And then my favorite, Royal Crush, which is never shows up on my camera that well, but it is a beautiful, like royal purple metallic foil with some hollow scatters in there type polish. Let me see if I can adjust. Nope, of course not. All right. And my the clamp on my light's actually a bit busted. So I'm living on borrowed time until that thing breaks, to be perfectly honest. So trying to get it to where it's giving me light, but not reflecting back like a jerk for y'all. So, got all my nails already sectioned out. Pixel, as you might be able to hear her. I don't think you can hear her because my mic is very directional, but she's Snuffleup Ba, 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 ba. Hello. All right. I am so sorry. I don't know what of that you might have heard, what you might not have heard. It's just a whole debacle today cuz I realized I hadn't plugged my mic in. That was the problem. It's it's just going to be a day now, isn't it? Okay, I was looking for. I put them in my pocket. Headphones. Because something about this isn't. One more intermission. Sorry about that. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right, we're back. I can hear myself. It's all good. I spent 20 minutes earlier trying to connect some Bluetooth headphones, and it didn't work. It connected instead to my brother's light bulb in his bedroom, and he was like, "Why are you trying to torture me with this law stuff?" It was funny. Okay, so I don't know what any of you heard that entire time. So let's just start right over. So, thank you for bearing with me if you were here through all that. And for the replay crew, love you. And we'll probably put some kind of disclaimer in the description at the beginning for that. Okay, so we buffed our nails. Today, thank you for joining me. I'm just going to move this a little bit. There we go. All right. Today, we are using the Holo Royalty Collection. And what I want to do, I want to use all three of these. So, we have toe beans, which is like a pink linear hollow. If you were able to hear me for all of that, I'm sorry for repeating myself. But like I said, my mic was not plugged in, and it might have been picking up the mic from my camera. I throw my hands up. I don't know. My favorite Royal Crush. Focus, thank you. Royal Crush. It's beautiful. And then Glamethyst. There we go. Come on. Focus. Thank you. Glamethyst. All right. Glamethyst is more like scattered, but it is purple. It was described as having like green undertones, which I can kind of see. But I would still say it's generally purple. Looking at the swatch stick, I'd pick that out as a purple polish for sure. got a little bit more reflection in it than the Royal Crush does. Because Royal Crush is just beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. Now, what I did find with these when I was swatching them yesterday, just giving it a roll, is that it's a little sheerer than I thought. This is on the swatch stick. You can kind of see through it. This is after like 2 or 3 coats. So, I forgot. I'm just all over the damn place today. I didn't put in any acetone in my little dampen dish here. Normally, I would use a eyedropper to do this, but I'm just gonna be very, very careful. Alright. A little bit got on my finger, but it got on my finger, not my fingernail. So I think we're good. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the quick dry base. Focus. Thank you. Where'd my mouse go? It did something weird. Okay. Move my mouse. Alright. So I'm going to go in with the Holo Taco quick dry base and just do a base coat. I've already pushed back my cuticles and did the buffing. You saw me, even if you didn't hear me, you saw me do the buffing earlier. So just doing the quick dry base coat. Now, the last time I used this, when I did my Easter manicure, I used the Ridge Filling Nail Tech base coat for the last time with that bottle, because it's just done so. And I haven't purchased a new one yet. So, giving this a shot, and hoping that because I'm using Holo Taco, and it's generally pretty self-leveling, I will get a good smooth manicure on my one nail that's got like the super obvious ridge. You know, the funny thing about time and the passage of time is that I was thinking that it had only been a couple of years, like maybe 4 or 5 years, since that ridge appeared. But when I was recently doing my recreating the chrome nails video, I noticed that this was in there back in 2014. So, time flies, and it was there the whole time since 2014. So, I don't know how much further back it went. But I totally just adjusted my glasses and hit my thumb against my face. It's fine. It's whatever. So another thing I might use is these nail art pens that I got off Temu. I didn't get these. Well, when I showed you guys, I did a craft haul, not a nail haul. This was also supposed to be a nail art pen, but what showed up is acrylic paint marker. Marks on anything, water-based, pigment ink, strong covering force, sunproof, and waterproof. I have not tried this on anything. A little afraid, honestly. But it's a paint. It's acrylic paint. It's not nail polish. Now, this nail art pen could very well be the exact same thing. We don't know. But I haven't primed this one. Oh, hold the phone. Look at this. Focus. Alright, focused on my hand. So here we go. This is like super, fine tip. This is super fine tip. Whereas this is like standard, marker, paint marker. It's got a good tip on the end of it, but it'll eventually get blunt. Whereas that won't. That's like a roller ball. I am so intrigued. Okay, we might be doing some fancy pants gold nail art on these too. That would be exciting. So we'll have to see. Let me see while I am waiting for these nails to dry if I can get is the DIY mindset killing your business? Intriguing. Okay. Just letting this dry. All right. Okay. I think touching it is sufficiently dry. So now the planning. I've got this short middle nail that has kept breaking, and I've had to keep filing, and it's just gotten to be shorter than all the other ones. A pain in my ass. So I feel like that's the most appropriate one for the pinky toe beans. So let's do that on the middle finger. And I love that these have the wide brushes. Actually, when I bought the the Holo Royalty debut trio, I actually bought another 6-pack of the wide brushes. Because I had the 6-pack before, and I hadn't yet replaced any of the narrow brushes with the wide brushes, because it was a matter of, I have so many Holo Taco polishes, which ones am I going to replace? And so the first one I ended up replacing was my one coat black. because I also, in this order, finally bought a second unicorn skin. Sorry, get that back on camera. All right. So for the longest time, the only unicorn skin that I had was the cosmic unicorn skin, which, let me see, I'm just going to do a little bit of camera adjusting. Bear with me. All right. It's a little wider of a frame now, so I'm not like coming in and out of frame so much. Sorry about that. So get to both of them. No, that's the matte taco. All right. Well, what I also got was, I had the cosmic unicorn skin for a long time, and so I bought the solar unicorn skin. And so I did this swatch of the solar unicorn skin, which is more of like an orangey, fiery, because I have an idea for kind of a lava manicure, and this will come into play. So I did the black base on my swatch before putting on the unicorn skin, and it just pops so nicely. But so the first one I replaced was the one coat black. So this is definitely, I don't know, I could call this good with one coat, but it's a bit sheer. So I'm going to put another coat on and see if it gets more opaque, or if it's just such a delicate baby taupine light pink that it just is a kind of looking like it's sheer when it's not, just because I'm a white girl and there's not a lot of contrast. So, alright, it's like, I can tell the difference. It's a little more opaque now. It was kind of sheer. It's a bit more opaque. So, just doing a second coat. Ooh, I like somehow missed a huge chunk on that side. Actually, that might have been a product of cleaning it up with the acetone. I'm having a bit of a wrist issue with this hand here, so I'm trying as much as possible to keep my wrist fairly straight, because reasons. I've been doing a lot of like tabbing back and forth and copy paste in spreadsheets. And we're going to take a little break because the hubs is home. So many intermissions, folks. I'm so sorry. But we're back. And like I said, I'm trying to keep my wrist fairly straight because of this injury issue. But yeah, move my mouse there. Okay. So we've got the two middle fingers in toe beans. Toe beans. I did sing the Jolene toe beans earlier. So, yeah, got those. And now, I think what I'm going to do is... I don't know why, but I think I'm going to go with Royal Crush on... Yeah. I'm going to go with Royal Crush on my ring finger and my index finger, and then Glamethyst on my pinky and my thumb. Because, why not? And we definitely want, like I said, I'm just gonna kind of roll it up. There's no steel beads in here that I can hear, so I think I will probably put one in there, because I do have a little baggie of them. And we have Lori Leanne. I can only pop in for a minute. Sorry, go Trish. I love the colors. Thank you, Lori. Thank you for popping in for a minute. I love these colors as well. I was so stoked. Let me just tell you, when I saw that the Holo royalty was this Royal Crush Royal Purple, I was like, all right, I was trying to not buy more. I just bought the entire Heavy Metals Chrome collection. I didn't buy any of the pastels because I was like, pastel is pastel. Maybe eventually I'll buy them if I, need a pastel for some idea, and the ones I have in my drawers are old and crappy or something. But I can skip on those. And then this came out, and I was like, I was that meme with Fry, just take all my money. It's ridiculous. Oh, I am one of the very things that is, thank you, totally jealous of my natural nails. Here's the thing. I am a woman of size. It is Coronation Day and great for royalty colors. So yeah, totally planned that way. Shrug my shoulders. Yeah. I think, pretty sure that, I knew that. I really did know that it was Coronation Day, but that, had nothing to do with this particular choice. This was just destined to be. And, okay, so as I was saying about my natural nails, being a woman of size, it is very hard to feel good about your body and what you got going for you with, like, society and its messages and everything. So I've always felt like my natural nails were like not a saving grace, because you really can't save a Chevy that's beat to shit with a shiny door handle. But I've always, like, since I have a cousin, my nearest in age cousin on my mom's side is 5 years older than me. And I remember being like 12 or 13, which means she was easily 17 or 18. And I was like over there at my aunt's house some weekend, and my cousin came home with her friends, and I was, talking to them, and I wasn't trying to be cool or anything like that. I was just minding my business, and my cousin and her, late teenage friends were chatting, and she asked me a question, and I came over and was talking to them, and they're like, your nails. Like, girl, does your mom let you get your nails done? You're like, how old are you? And I told them, I'm like, no, these are my natural nails. They're just long, and they don't break that much. And they were just like, oh, I'd kill to have those nails, blah blah blah. Those are great. So that might have been part of what, like, really was like, thank you. Like, oh my gosh, like, don't get a lot of compliments, so thank you. That kind of, prompted my love of my natural nails. Um, and then I remember, like, being in high school, I wasn't real, like, I might have had some nail polishes, but I really wasn't, like, super, okay, that hurt my wrist a lot. I shouldn't have done it. Oh, changing to the other wrist. In high school, I wasn't real big on, like, I was very conscious of my nails, and this is kind of short for me. They were longer a couple days ago, and because this one just keeps not cooperating and breaking, because I didn't have any polish on my nails for like a week or so since taking off the Easter manicure, after it chipped off, and then I had just a clear coat on for a while, so this one just kept breaking, so I cut them all down. And that's the thing too, like, I've watched a lot of different, this is pretty opaque with one coat, but I always want more, so I'm just gonna put another coat on for good measure. So wasn't big on putting nail polish on in high school. I maybe had like some colors, but not like really. And then in college, my first roommate in the dorms had a drawer of nail polish, and that was one of her, like, big things. She wasn't big on makeup. She wasn't big on much, really, to be honest. But she did love her nail polish. And so I got more into nail polish. I was like, oh, tell me more. And so I would, like, borrow hers and we'd do our nails. And then I started buying my own. And I literally, there are some polishes in my Helmer drawer set right now that I can pull out and tell you I got very distinctly from a Claire's, boutique at the mall when I was in college. And that was, I graduated college 20 years ago. So, yeah. They still kind of work. Some of them are colors that I don't, like, it's a kind of a bright blue. Some I don't wear that much, but yeah. But that's kind of where I started really getting more into nail polish, and then I've just been that way ever since. Oh, I hit my nail somewhere in trying to keep my wrist straight. I banged my nail on something there. I don't know if, oh no, because it wasn't in frickin' frame. Dang it. Alright. So, you didn't see it. Because I'm not a good YouTuber, apparently. I'm better at the crafts, okay? So maybe I should just stick to that. This is a craft, right? It's a craft. So, yeah, I just got more and more into it. So my saving graces, in terms of, being a woman of size and, doing a little bit of things. I don't wear a lot of makeup. I have a lot of makeup. Like, not a lot of makeup. It's contained to, like, one makeup bag. But, and also, Emily D. Baker has been a bad um, well, not a bad influence, but an influence. And so now I have like 3 different Gerard Cosmetics lipsticks, and one of them is Chef's Kiss. It's beautiful. And I'm so glad it wasn't even the one that like I went there to get, but it was just like, oh, let's try this. It's a little different and it just looks great. And then I lost it. It's around here somewhere, I swear. It's in my house somewhere, but I don't know where, so I bought a new one. It's just like, no, this is now my signature color. French toast is my jam now. So yeah. So like I'll put on a lipstick and some mascara. I don't do a whole lot else. I don't like the feeling of foundation on my face, even though my face like could use it in terms of like evening it out and everything and covering blemishes. But it's just, I do that, and then I've got, big boobs and and good calves. So those have kind of always been my things. And, they work for me. Lori Leanne, thank you so much for the compliment. I'd be so proud to just wear clear polish. What did I go to college for? Intriguingly. Also, hold on. More. Oh, well, thank you, Lori. Fluffy friends and seem to be... I have fluffy friends and seem so be working my way up the scale. Oh, okay. I don't even care because I worry about health, that's all. Yeah, exactly. And I'm not super healthy. I'll admit that. I could be healthier, for sure. But I'm also not, like, grossly unhealthy. I do have issues, but, it is what it is. So back to better things, what I went to college for. I went to college for theater. So I have a theater arts degree on my wall. I went to Humboldt State University here in California. It is now, as of last year, Humboldt Polytechnic College. But it was just a regular CSU when I went there 20 years ago. And my focus was dramatic writing. So most of the classes I took for my major were writing classes. So the idea, I really fell in love when I was there with the 10-minute play format. It's succinct, is very cool. And I don't, it occurs to me as well that in the days of, in these YouTube days we're in, 10 minutes is all the time you need for a YouTube video. Oh, thumb. So yeah, but I really liked the 10-minute play format, and that was where I focused, and I wrote 10-minute plays and submitted them to the 10-minute play festival that the college had. And Humboldt State actually has the oldest student-run film festival in the country. And the first year I went to college, my intention was actually film. And I participated as a volunteer for the film festival, and I took the film festival class, and I actually designed the poster for the film festival that year. It was not, it was nothing super fancy. It was done in like Microsoft Publisher, probably. But I really liked it, and one of the judges at the film festival, this was, I don't remember if they do it in the fall or in the spring. So it was either late 1999, early 2000. But the one of the judges for the film festival that year was Alexander Payne. Alexander Payne is, I think, most known for the movie Election with Reese Witherspoon. And he was one of the judges, and on one of the nights of the film festival, I was in the movie theater in town that used to be like an actual theater way back in the day. But that's where we would screen the movies, and I was there helping, and the officials came through and said to him, yeah, here's the let's meet this person and this person. And they said, oh yeah, and that poster over there, Trisha designed that poster. And he's like, yeah, I like it. It's a cool poster. Because I don't remember like if it was a theme or whatever, but it was designed to look like USA Today. So it was like HIF, which is Humboldt International Film Festival. So it was HIF Today and looked very much like USA Today. But so Alexander Payne liked my Microsoft Publisher poster in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's not... Alexander Payne is not the only celebrity I've met. I don't have, like, stories of people who, like, lived or grew up in LA. But, I've met Kevin Smith a handful of times. And there was some recognition the second time. That's my big claim to fame. Oh, I have more chats here. Okay, let's see. Plus, seriously, every time I watch EDB, I get hungry and text my hubby, bring home donuts. Now he knows and asks, are you watching Emily again? Yeah. So I'm a mod for Emily, and unfortunately, when she switched her streams to 11 a.m. Central Time, I am on Pacific Time, and that's early, and I work. So I haven't been able to mod as much, and it sucks. So I'm on replay crew a lot. But I try to mod and get in there like toward the end, or mod when I can. And yeah, during that whole that last trial, I was fiending for chicken nuggets, man. That's cool. I hope you pursue that even with Midjourney or something. You could use that education to write books and manuscripts you write and then just use it to illustrate. Yeah. Here's the thing about a theater degree. Real brief. Hold on. Love Kevin Smith. Huge Kevin Smith fan. Huge. Whenever Emily drops a Mallrats reference, like, do it, Doug! That was a lot during the Murdaugh trial. And it gives me life. And yeah, giant Kevin Smith fan. He used to be on his message board, before it got shut down for drama. Been to Vulgarthon. The only reason I've been to New Jersey was for a Vulgarthon, which was Kevin Smith's, mini con film festival back in the day. Anyway, I digress. So, theater degree. So the thing about a theater degree is a lot of people made a lot of fun. The most popular thing you'll say in life when you get a theater degree is, would you like fries with that? Which is, one, fucking rude, okay? It's just rude. For two, the thing you have to understand is that my theater degree is a Bachelor of Arts in Theater. So all companies see when they see my resume is Bachelor of Arts. That's the important thing. They see that I have a BA. And when they see in my experience that I have a BA in theater, what that has allowed is a lot of interesting conversations. They see that I'm applying for their, marketing job or whatever, and they go, you have a BA in theater? That's really interesting. Tell me about that. And it opens a conversation like, oh yeah, I have a BA in theater, and my emphasis was in creative writing or dramatic writing, and so you're a good writer, and yes, I am. And so it opens a lot of conversations up that are socially lubricating, I would say. And the thing about a theater degree is you learn a lot of very very you learn a lot of varied skills. So things I learned with my theater degree: public speaking, writing, project management, time management. Like, there's a litany of things that I learned being a dramatic writing theater student, that, management of people, like, because there's, a point where I had to be a director for projects and plays, and, the senior thesis was not a thesis, it was a production. It was a senior production that we had to write and act and produce and market and direct. Like, it's a whole ass thing, right? So there's just a lot of varied skills that you learn in theater. And there's a lot of like here's a good example too, like in management of expectations, which is real, important to have in business and in life. One of the things I remember the most from my theater-focused art history class that I took for my major was all right, let me fix that. There is a distinct difference between Roman columns and Greek columns. I do not remember the difference. Forgive me. But it is a distinct difference. And I think it's archways. It has to do with archways, or rounded versus more square, things like that. So there's a distinct difference historically between Roman and Greek columns. However, nearly every movie you see based in Greece, every play, every Greek tragedy or Greek play that you see produced has Roman columns. And that's because people don't know there's a difference. And they're more used to seeing Roman columns. They're more prevalent in architecture. And so if you were to be letter of the law, so to speak, historically accurate with Greek versus Roman columns, and put up Greek columns, they would look off to an audience. They'd say, like, why are the columns all square? That's not right. Because they don't know it's not right. Same thing, better example is Greek art, Roman art, doesn't matter. When you see it on stage, or even in a movie most of the time, it's white, right? Like, you see David, the statue of David, completely white. Most of that classic architecture, classic sculptures is white. It wasn't white then. So if you were historically 100% accurate, those sculptures on your stage would be the most gaudy freaking sculptures you've ever seen. Bright colors, lots of bright paint. But you put that on stage and people go, what the hell is this? And it throws them out, and they can't put that aside for their suspended disbelief and focus on the story, because it's so jarring to what they think of when they think of Greek sculptures and architecture because they think of white, which is what we see in the modern day after eons of erosion of the paint. The paint has all been eroded away. So you're just getting the plaster or the marble or the alabaster or whatever the original sculpture was made from that is now white or cream, like, or gray. Like you're not seeing those loud, obnoxious colors that they were fond of, that they painted, unless you're finding pieces like that were somehow preserved. And normally we're not finding them. We're finding things that are buried and the paints, come off. Things like that. So that's the kind of thing, you have to manage expectations. Sometimes being semantic and being completely accurate to what is historically accurate will throw people off. And yeah, so you have to just kind of understand that. Anyway, that is a whole ass tangent, and I am done with my nails. Look at that. So, let's see a couple more of these comments. I just watched a documentary about that. That's so interesting. That's what's so fascinating about Pompeii and Herculaneum. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's one of the more interesting things that I remember, because it was such a vivid example of give the audience what they want, not necessarily what's super accurate. True, very versatile, speech writing, event organizing, marketing. You be the next Ruth Jones and just write a great sitcom that lasts many seasons. Did you also do set production? So I will tell you, I don't know who Ruth Jones is. If I do, it's just completely blanking my mind right now. I did not do set production. The only production stuff I ever did was you were required to take some behind the scenes style. Like I said, because I was focused in dramatic writing, most of the classes I took to fulfill major requirements were writing classes, like writing for television or 10-minute play production, things like that. But I did take stage makeup, which was really fun. I really liked that. I can do makeup on other people far better than I can do it on myself because of that class. I cannot put eyeliner on on the top, on my lids, like to save my life. Can't be done. But I took a stage makeup class, and I actually worked in the costume shop for 3 years. That was my work study job in college. I worked in the costume shop. So part of the requirements for graduation were that you did have to crew a show. And so I worked as a dresser for a show where you would help people with costume changes when they had real quick costume changes, take care of the costumes, make sure they're put away and everything during a show. And I did makeup for a show. That was very makeup heavy. It was set. The show I did costumes for was an original play about Beethoven, and so it was all that era costumes. So there was I remember I was assigned to one of the main actors, and there was a very quick costume change, and I literally had to be on my knees, take his pants off, pull them over his fancy shoes, and pull his other pants on, while meantime he was getting his jacket and things changed very quickly. That's what I had to do. And then the play that I did makeup for was about just trying to do glamour nail shots while I wax poetic about my theater degree. the play that I did makeup on was set in, it was about like the Shackleton wreck, like the exploration of the Arctic or the Antarctic. And so there were penguins played by actors, and so I did penguin makeup for the penguins, which was fun. Because I think like at some point, like the dude's hallucinating and talking to penguins or something was part of the play. So that's what we did. And yeah. But yeah, it was interesting. Okay, so Ruth Jones is a British writer of Gavin and Stacey, which sounds vaguely familiar. The show Gavin and Stacey, I'm not sure I've ever seen it, but yeah. Well, thank you, Lori. It's just me and Lori chatting here, guys. Everyone else's replay crew, love you. Seriously, thank you for watching my streams. And next weekend, my stream will be on Sunday instead of Saturday, which is Mother's Day. Next weekend is Mother's Day. But I have plans on Saturday, so I can't stream on Saturday. Sunday, I think I'll be doing some resin jewelry. For Mother's Day. I should make a thumbnail for that. And be doing some UV resin, so it's not like we're gonna have to wait for it to cure. It'll cure almost immediately. I have a lamp. And yes, we always love replay crew. I don't care if it's a boomer thing, and I'm not gonna do it very well because my wrist and my camera and my nails, I don't want to touch them, but this is a heart. Just pretend. Heart. Replay crew. We love the replay crew. It's not. My life sounds interesting. I appreciate that. And well, tune in next week. So I bought some more stuff on Temu because I'm addicted. Hello, my name is Trisha, and I'm addicted to cheap crap. Really, that's the long and short of it. Let's put on a top coat while I'm just waxing on here. So I'm gonna go with the Glossy Taco from Holo Taco. Of course, because I'm a Holo Taco simp, apparently. I mean, not really. I will say, before Holo Taco came out with their superior top coats 3 years ago, let me take that off. Before they came out with their top coat, I did use an indie brand's top coat because it was just the best formula I found. It was a super chic lacquer. Their super top coat. It was just fantastic. And I love the leveling of this top coat. This is my second bottle of Holo Taco top coat. But this is just Glossy Taco, and what I had before was super Glossy Taco. And I have to say, without having like them both together, it's kind of hard for me to tell you what the difference was. Because Glossy's glossy, man. Like, it doesn't really, especially on holographic nails, like it's I think the biggest difference was that the super glossy taco was thicker, which was real great when I first got it, but as you may know, with nail polishes, as they age, they thicken up as well. So I feel like I had to chuck it when there was still which should have been plenty of polish to use, but even like putting in like nail polish thinner, it was just not working anymore. And so it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna chuck this and I'll just get some regular glossy taco and we'll see how it compares. And so far, I do think that this is thinner, but it still gives you a great shine. It still levels out your polish a little bit. I have a bad habit of like talking and doing stuff and not being super patient. And that's like, I am not a gel polish person because I hate that like grinding off the gel polish or the super long like soaking to get the polish off. I freaking hate that. So I have some gel polishes. I have actually like, maybe I'll do it on stream the next time I do my nails. But I have, before Holo Taco came out with a peel off base coat, the peel off base coat that Christine from Simply Nailogical, owner of Holo Taco, if you don't know, the peel off base coat that she recommended was UNT brand. Like the C word, but without the C. That's how it's spelled. And it was like UNT takeoff peelable base coat. And so I have that and it works great. And I have that. And so the kind of like hack, and I may have seen this on Christine's stream. I don't remember. But use peelable base coat, then put on a gel polish and a no wipe gel top coat, which I have as well. Cure all that under the UV lamp, and then when you want to take it off, you just pop the nails off, and that worked pretty well. So I do have a few gel polishes. Maybe I'll try that out the next time. But yeah, it works okay, and they're not. They last a good amount of time, but they're not super long lasting because it is a peel off base coat. So they will just like pop off when you're too vigorously scratching your hair or something. You know what I mean? Like if you're really rough on your nails, they'll pop off. But they will pop off in one pop motion. Okay, so more questions. How does it do on natural nails? Does it add strength? My nails just break. Are you talking about gel polish? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Lori. So I will move on. Peel off base coat for gels. It's not for gels. It's not a gel polish. This is definitely like I want to see if it works. Let me try kind of thing. It's not like marketed for that. It's not sold for that. It's not meant for that. Intended for that. But it works for that. What it doesn't work for is you have to make sure that, you get that peel off base coat all over your nail. Because if you don't go all I go hard. I go all the way. Let me try this. Focus, there we go. All right. I get as close to the cuticle as I possibly can. That's just my preference. That's how I like. I try to get close on both sides. I just like the fullest coverage. And so that's what I try to do. I try to get super full coverage. The thing with the gel and the peel off base coat is that you need to get the peel off base coat right up against your cuticle as well. Because if you get the peel off base coat a little short, and then when you're putting on the gel polish, it goes over the peel off, over where the peel off base coat covers, then you're gonna have to like chip that gel off of your nail, or do the long soak method, which kind of negates using the peel off base coat, but it's it's still better than sitting for hours to peel it off. Having to chip off just like a little bit of polish is way better than like all of it. Didn't know that existed. Yes, so like I said, UNT peel off base coat is available on Amazon. It's like $12 or $14. With inflation, it might be more expensive, but I will put a link in the description below, because I do have a link somewhere. Actually, let me divulge for a minute and see if I can get a link real quick for you. But also, Holo Taco does have a peel-off base coat now. So if you would rather, if you'd rather support Christine and Holo Taco, she has a peel-off base coat that you can get, instead of the UNT base coat. Huh. Alright. Oh, I know why. Okay. So, I checked my pretty links in WordPress to see if I had a pretty link set up. And I don't, because it's an Amazon link. Because Amazon does not let you cloak links. So, alright, do I also have the white peel off? Okay, so the UNT Ready for Takeoff peelable base coat is now $14.96. So it's $15, but that's still not terrible. Let me grab. This is for transparency and FTC. I am putting this in the chat. This is an affiliate link, so I will make a small commission if you buy through my link. So that is the UNT Ready for Takeoff. Let me do this, actually. Let me share, because we're just talking about that kind of stuff, and my nails are done. Here's the, as Christine calls it, the narcissistic montage, the narcissistic beauty guru montage. It's not great. It's not great because my lights are, I have good lights. They're just a lot, so I don't set them up. So yeah. Let's do this. Present. Share screen. Chrome tab. Voila. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. Let me just do this. Yeah. So I'll make myself real small. Alright. I'm not gonna edit layout. Can I move me up here? Yeah, that's good. Alright. Save new layout. Alright. I'm up there. Alright. We do stuff on the fly. And I'm actually going to see if I can turn the camera at me, and you can just see me in my Saturday glory talking. Hi everyone. Let's turn this off. It's a little better. Those. Hi, y'all. Alright. It's not staying because it was pointed at a different thing and now it's like, no. Alright. Okay. So you can see, this is kind of what happens there. You can, oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, it's showing that you can use it like on your skin. I have never used it like as a barrier on my skin. On my skin, I've used like a peel off latex. So let me also show you while you're looking at that. Where is it? Okay, so we'll just search because no wipe gel top coat, and I'll show you the one I have if I see it here. I mean, as you can see though, there's a lot of no wipe gel top coats on the market. I hear good things about Kiara Sky from Long Hair Pretty Nails. Mine, the one I have, I'm not seeing it. But, oh no, here it is. This is the one I have. So I will put another link. Yeah, last purchase 2017. Yeah, because yeah. So, let me close that. You don't need that. So there's the link. I put the link in the chat. Let's see. All right. You garden. It still might work. I would still give it a shot. It could. Let's see if I can move that a little bit, and then it's a little less weird. You could still try it. You are so welcome. So welcome. Wait, what would match your hair right now? But yeah, you're so welcome. So this is the soak off no wipe top coat that I have. That's $8. Not bad at all. Excuse me. I put links in chat, and I will put a link in the description of this video as well. I didn't use them in this video, but since we're talking about them, oh wait, is that why my light? Okay. Let's shut up, Siri. I didn't ask you. All right. My light was like a weird mixed. So let's go back to this, and I will do a better showing off in the better light that's all white and not all white light and not yellow light anymore. There we go. All right, so I think we're done here. I'm really happy with how they turned out. I will share a link. And okay, use the peel off as a barrier. Christine has that too. She's got you covered, girl. So I've used different peel off stuff. I used specific Palisades. I think I used another one. It dries out real quick. So just something to consider. Holo Taco does have one. They do have like a latex barrier peel off. You can also, if you are so inclined, just buy liquid latex and put it in a empty nail polish bottle and use a brush. It works just the same. I feel like the fast food secrets do, like, come here, come closer. It works the same. Yeah, it's the same. But you get like a big jar of it and it dries out. So not as badly as like a smaller portion, but it is a big jar, and then you have to home that big jar. But yeah, so next Sunday, resin, a little preview action. These are the colored resins I got that I'll be using next week. With some little earring molds that I have, and some Disney molds and some astrology molds. There we go. That's a little preview for you. So next Sunday, probably about 1 o'clock Pacific, come on by. We'll have some fun with resin. You'll see how well my nails have held up over the week. And yeah, so thanks for joining. Thanks for coming by. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye.